Professor Jackie Ying is a Taiwanese-American scientist specializing in nanotechnology and founder of the Singapore Institute of Bioengineering and Nanotechnology. After several years of research on biology in the Quran, Jackie Ying was particularly amazed by this verse that explicitly speaks of the role of water in life. This discovery pushed her to take a deeper interest in the teachings of Islam, and from that moment on, she started finding answers to many of the questions she had asked herself since she was young.
So when I was around 10 or 11 years old, I began to wonder a lot about what is the meaning of life, what is the purpose of all of us coming to this world, and what makes each of us special and different. It is not until later on in my life that I learned more about Islam, and I converted to Islam about 15 years ago.
Born in Taiwan to a Christian family, they moved to Singapore where she completed her primary education. At the age of 15, her family decided to move to New York, where she continued her studies and obtained a bachelor's degree in engineering. She then enrolled at Princeton University in New Jersey and obtained a master's degree, then a PhD in chemical engineering. After completing university studies, Professor Ying started teaching at the prestigious Massachusetts Institute of Technology. Being exposed to various environments sparked her curiosity about religious matters, and she wanted to know if there really was a divine purpose in life. Using her talent as an experienced researcher, she spent a lot of time comparing different religious texts, and finally, while reading the Quran, she came across the verse that says, "Do the disbelievers not realize that the heavens and earth were once joined together, then we split them apart, and we created from water every living thing? Will they not then believe?" As a chemist, she was very surprised to find this scientific fact in a book from the 7th century, considering the means that modern scientists had deployed to discover that water is fundamental to all living thing. In fact, studies show that up to 90% of body weight of some organisms comes from water, and up to 60% of the body of an adult human is made up of water. In their research entitled "The Chemical Composition of the Adult Human Body and Its Bearing on the Biochemistry of Growth," published in 1945, Mitchell and his colleagues discovered that the brain and heart are 73% water, and the lungs are about 83% water. The skin is 64% water, muscles and kidneys are 79% water, while bones are 31% water. How did Muhammad know this information that has cost modern scientists intense research using sophisticated modern tools? How was Muhammad able to know that water is the source of all life? Even if we assume that Muhammad was talented and had learned this during his travels as a merchant, how come that he was so certain that life came from water that he took a great risk to write it down in his holy book, knowing that if it was later proved that he was wrong, this would disapprove his entire religion? Why did Muhammad take such a risk? Jackie Ying continued to wonder. She quickly understood that this information came only from the creator of the universe. She converted to Islam at the age of 35, and from then on, she started to conduct all her research, drawing inspiration from the Quran. Professor Ying thinks that to truly be a good scientist, one must believe in a creator and then study his creation.
In our research, we are very much inspired by God's creation. If you look around us, there are so many wonderful creations, including human beings ourselves. Our physiology is so complex, so you must know that there has to be a creator.
Surely for a person to believe in Allah, one sign is enough. And for someone who is not willing to discover the truth and has decided to remain in blindness, even millions of signs are not enough. Thank you for your time. Assalamu alaikum.